many actually, but Romeo and Juliet is a little lighter. It's my absolute favorite play. I love the romance and drama.
Kate, where did you come from?
Yeah, you popped out of nowhere.
I love Shakespeare's plays. I heard you talking about him. I had to come over.
Well, you sound like you know what you're talking about. Is Romeo and Juliet a dramatic love story?
Exactly. A dramatic romantic tale of forbidden love. Oh, I think I know this one. Don't Romeo and Juliet meet at a party, but don't realize until later that they had fallen in love with someone from a family that they had learned to hate?
Yep, the two families have been fighting for years, but the two of them end up finding ways to meet in secret.
He dressed at scars that never felt a wound. But stop. What light beyond your window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Rise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief. But thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Be not her maid, then she is envious. Her best dyed livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear. Cast it off. It is my lady. Oh, it is my love. That she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses. I will answer. I am too bold. 'Tis not to me she speaks. To the fairest stars in all the heavens, having some business to entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spirits to their return. What if her eyes were there? They in her head. The brightest of her cheek would shame those stars, as daylight doth the land. Her eyes in heaven would through the airy region stream so bright, birds would sing, and think it were not night. See how she leads her cheek upon her hand? Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand. I might touch that cheek.
I mean,
she speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel. For thou art as glorious this night being o'er my head, as a winged messenger of heaven into the white upturned wondering eyes of mortals, to fall back and gaze on him, as it bestrides the lazy pacing clouds of a bosom of the air.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. Or if thou wilt not, be but sworn by love and will no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name that is thy enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. What's Montague? 'Tis nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Be some other name, that which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owns without that title. Romeo, doff thy name, and for that name, which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I'll never be Romeo.
What man art thou that thus bestrained in the night, so stumblest upon thy counsel?
By a name, I know not how to tell thee who I am. Because my name, dear Saint, is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thee. Had I written it, I would tear the word.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of that tongue's utterance, and yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo and Montague?
Neither fair saint of either thee dislike.
How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and place death considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here.
With With love's light wings I did o'erperch these walls, for stony limits cannot hold love out. And what love can do that dares love attempt? Therefore thy kinsmen are no let to me.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee.
Alack! There lies more peril in thine eye than 20 of their swords. Look thou but sweet, and I am proof against their enmity.
I would not for the world they saw thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their sight. And but thou love me, let them find me here. My life were better ended by their hate than death poke even wanting of thy love.
By whose direction foundest thou out this place?
By love, who first did prompt me to inquire. He lent me counsel, and I lent him eyes. I am no pilot, though wert thou as far as the vast shore washed with the furthest seas, I would adventure for such merchandise.
Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face. Else would maiden blush bepaint my cheek. But that which thou hast heard me speak tonight, fain I would dwell on form. Fain deny what I have spoke. But farewell compliment. Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thee for thy word. Yet, if thou swearest, thou mayest prove false at lovers' perjuries. Then say Jove laughs. O gentle Romeo, if dost thou love, pronounce it faithfully. Or if thou thinkest I am too quickly won, I'll frown and be perverse and say thee nay. So thou wilt woo, but else not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore thou mayest think my behavior light. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than those who have more cunning to be strange. I should have been more strange, I must confess. But that thou overheardest ere I was ware. My true love's passion, therefore, pardon me, and not impute this yielding to light love, which the dark night hath so discovered.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon, I saw where silver tips of all these rich treetops.
Swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all, or if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the god of my idolatry.
If my heart's dear love.
Do not swear. Although I joy in thee, I have no joy in this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like the lightning which doth cease ere one can say it lightens. Sweet good night. This bud of love by summer's ripening breath may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Good night, good night. May sweet repose and rest come to thy heart as that within my breast.
Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of love's faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou did request it, and yet I would it were to give again.
Wouldst thou withdraw it? For what purpose? Love?
But to be frank and give it thee again, and yet I have the thing I wish for. My bounty is as boundless as the sea, my love as deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite.
Juliet! Juliet!
I hear some noise within. Dear love, adieu. Anon, good nurse! Sweet Montague, be true. Stay but a little. I will come again.
Oh, blessed, blessed night. I am afeard, being in night, all this is but a dream. Too flattering sweet to be substantial.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If thy bent of love be honorable, send thy purpose marriage tomorrow. Thy one that I'll procure to come to thee. Where and what time wilt thou perform the rite? And all my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world.
Madame!
Anon, I come! But if thou meanest not well, I do beseech thee.
Madame!
By and by I come! To cease thy suit and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow I will send.
So thrive my soul.
1,000 times good night.
1,000 times the worse to want thy light. Love goes toward love as schoolboys from their books, but love from love toward school with heavy loads.
Romeo! falconer's voice to lure this tassel gentle back again. Bondage is hoarse and may not speak aloud. Else would I tear the cave where echo lies, and her airy tongue more hoarse than mine with repetition of my Romeo's name.
It is my soul that calls upon my name. How silver sweet some lovers' tongues by night, like softest music to attending ears.
Romeo,
My dear,
at what o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
at the hour of 9.
I will not fail. 'Tis 20 years till then. I have forgot why I did call thee back.
Let me stand here till thou remember it.
And I shall still forget. To have thee stand there remembering how I love thy company.
And let me stay till have thee still forgetting any other home but this.
'Tis almost morning. I would have thee gone, and yet no further than a wanton's bird, who lets it hop a little from her hand like a poor prisoner's twisted gyves, and with a silk thread plucks it back again, so loving jealous of his liberty.
I would I were thy bird.
Sweet, so would I, and yet I should kill thee with much cherishing. Good night, good night. May sweet repose and rest come to thy heart as that which among us.
Sleep dwell upon thy nine, peace in thy breast. Would I were asleep in peace, so sleep to rest. Henceforth will I to my ghostly father cell, his help to crave in my dear house.